Hello, my sweet and dirty readers. Welcome back to another Sierra Talks Books with Authors. If you are sweet and you love to read dirty, then you're in the right place. Today's guest on Sierra Talks Books with Authors is author Kelsie Rae. Welcome, Kelsie Rae. Welcome to Sierra Talks Books with Authors. I am so happy to have you here. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Yay! Because we're doing this in the time of quarantine, tell me a little bit about how you've been managing through this very stressful time as an author.
Have I been managing?
I don't
know. It's been good, mainly, I guess. I have 3 little kids. They're 9, 7, and 4.
Okay. So
I'm constantly getting climbed over, constantly getting interrupted. We've had a lot more family time and a lot more, so there's definitely pros and cons. But as far as getting work done during quarantine,
Have you had to push anything out in terms of the things you had planned for the year or any writing projects?
So I write ahead. Like I'm writing a book that's going to release in March, probably.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so thankfully, like I don't have pre-orders set up for 2021 really. So I'm kind of just able to see what I can get done. And then I'll put up pre-orders when it gets closer and when I actually have the book finished. So We'll see. I haven't had to push back yet.
Yeah. What's the one thing that you've learned during this quarantine period that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise in a normal time?
Oh, right. What have I learned?
Maybe about yourself or about the world.
Oh man, just to hold on to family and try not to stress and to let go of the little things. And to sharpen up on my Hunger Games movies and my zombie movies.
That's one thing I have not done. I binge watched a show and that was about it. I can't get in. I don't know.
Really?
I just can't.
Really? So you've been like the productive quarantiner.
I started a bathroom remodel all by myself. So yes.
Yes. And a YouTube channel.
Yes. And a YouTube channel. Exactly. Let's talk about your writing career. How long have you been writing and publishing?
So I published my first book April of 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
I looked at your website yesterday and you have a lot of books to your name. Holy cow. 2018?
Yeah.
Whoa. So how did you get yourself into the business and just, skyrocket like that?
Oh, I don't know about skyrocket. It was kind of a fluke. I started reading romance probably when I was nursing my firstborn. So it's been like, she's almost 10 now.
Okay.
And I just, while you're nursing and you're bored out of your mind and playing Candy Crush, I decided to switch over to romance novels.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend, she's actually an author, her name's Tasha Lewis.
Okay.
We worked together. And she just randomly posted on Facebook one day. She's like, I'm going to write a book. And we loved to talk about romance novels and that kind of thing. So I actually reached out to her and I was like, that's so funny because I've already written one. And she was like, no freaking way. I've got you set up. I've got my beta readers, send me the manuscript. And she just walked me through the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it worked out really well because this was not the plan to go into this amazing industry. But
what did you do before writing?
So I was and am still. I work 1 day a week as a secretary at an engineering company.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
But you don't have to, do you go in or not?
Yes. So that is what I call my day off is my going into work. And it's the perfect amount because I'm able to get away, but I'm not, I'm still super here.
Yeah. So do people that you work with, do they know that you write romance? No.
So this is my face. You have to understand, I work with a bunch of total quirky engineer men that would never in a million years read a romance novel, right? Like that's just not something they would do. But so Tasha, my friend, her mom works with me.
Okay.
So her mom knew that I had written a book. And so to congratulate me, which was so great, she sent out an email to the company that we have an author. So of course, all of them pick up this book, which, I mean, the premise for Liv is she finds out she's pregnant the day of her husband's funeral. So like,
no,
like this is not their cup of tea. And they're trying to be so supportive.
Since 2018, since your debut novel, which what was your debut?
Liv.
Liv. Okay.
Titled Liv. Yeah.
How many books do you have now to your portfolio?
I actually had to count.
Okay.
So I've got 19, but that includes a bunch of novellas.
Okay.
I think there's like 5 novellas or something like that.
But holy cow, you've just slammed them out. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Liv was your debut book, and that's part of the, I looked at your series, the Signature Sweetheart series.
Yeah.
Right? And I noticed that all the titles are first names. So tell me what inspired you to do that, to take that direction.
Because I'm not creative.
Oh, please.
I really, when I was trying to come up with, so Liv was written and Breezy was about halfway through. And I couldn't figure out what I was going to call these books because that's just how I am. And so I was like, meh, she's learning to live again after her husband's death. Her name is Liv. We'll just call it Liv. And the same thing, Breezy was kind of similar. And so, yeah, it really was just a lack of creativity on my part.
And how many books are in that series now?
There are 8, and most likely 8 and 1 novella, but it's a baby. It's like 15K. So
okay. All right. And I believe when I looked at it, said they're all like standalone. They can be read in whatever order. Or,
Yeah. They're in the same world, but and so you'll see like characters pop up every once in a while. But
cool. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being super clean to 5 being, dirty, raunchy, where do your books fall then, most of them?
So for this series, they, there's definitely lots of chemistry, lots of buildup.
Okay.
Closed door.
Moving on. Okay. All right.
So that's kind of how that one goes. So I don't know. Is that like a 2.5? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You also have other books, and you've written other subgenres. I saw that you have an urban fantasy, I think a duet, or no, a couple of books in that, and then maybe mafia or romantic suspense. Do they have varying degrees of heat?
Yes. So my urban fantasy is almost, I wouldn't say young adult. That's probably similar scale of the Signature Sweethearts, and my mafia series is like probably a 3.5, 4. Okay. So it's open door.
Gotcha.
We see things.
All right. Within those genres, where's your like happy spot? What do you like writing the most?
Oh, I like it all. I love the variety. So I like kind of going back and forth. It might not be best for my release schedule, and my readers might hate me sometimes because there is a bigger gap now between series. But I feel like I'm able to be a lot more creative when I have that gap, when I'm able to kind of go into the dark and gritty underworld, and then light, happy Hallmark. Let's just get all the feels, if I'm able to do a little bit of both.
Your creativity needs to branch out a little bit.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I gotta feed that. Well, I hope that people see a Kelsie Rae book and think, oh, I'm gonna like it because I like her writing.
Right. Exactly.
I like her characters regardless of if they're, owning a bakery or, counting cards.
Right. Yep. Are most of your books, do you write in first person or third? Yes. So what are some of the lessons that you've learned since writing and publishing your first book?
That the writing's the easy part. Do you feel that way too?
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, if I could just, and I struggle with this. When I'm writing a book, I'm like head down focused. We're writing the book. And then I come up for air and I'm like, oh, I got to do all those other things. Yeah. And so then it's, okay. You don't just push your book baby out there and then that's it.
Like wipe your hands clean.
No, that's not how it works. And I'm totally fine for the authors to do, but I can't post the end posts because I'm like, but it's not, because I have the editing and I have the second read through and you know what I mean? So I'm like, it's not the end yet.
Yep. No, you're right. There's so much more that comes into it.
Mhm.
Yep. Let's talk about the Kaki Hero Club world. So it was a year ago, August, I think, that the initial request went out and authors, signed up their interest. Is that when when you joined on, or was it a little later in the year? Okay.
No, I was one of the first waves.
Okay.
And I was shocked that I got it. Because I had read those books before,
So for those who are watching that don't know, the Kaki Hero Club world is a shared world where Vi Keelan and Penelope Ward have invited authors, and I don't even know how many authors at this point are out, or how many have even published. They started publishing in May. So your book, Hired Hottie, just released at the end of June. Congratulations. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that book. What's it about? What can readers expect from it?
So I really like that book. I wrote it forever ago, right? I wrote it. It's been about a year now.
Wow. You got right on it when you got the contract.
Yeah. Okay. Like I turned that in like October or something like that. So I had forgotten what the book was about. Like I legit was like, oh, I think the main characters are named blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure. And so I picked it up when she sent it out to ARCs. When I got the notification from Vi and Penelope that ARCs were going out, I was like, I should probably read this book. So I didn't. It was so fun though, because I've never had like the reader perspective on my own book, because I normally vow not to read my books again because I'm so critical of everything. And you learn so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was really fun. So it's about a girl named Charlie, and she is head over heels in love with her best friend named Levi. And she was raised by a single dad, and Levi's family and her family are neighbors. And so Levi's mom nannied her while her dad worked. And so she just is head over heels in love with Levi, who is, I don't think I've ever had so many comments from readers like, I wanted to smack Levi across the face. Upset head for just being so oblivious to this girl. Kind of the premise of the book is him pushing another guy at her saying, what is your problem? You stupid woman, I'm in love with you. So it's fun. And him realizing that he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Because we all have those moments.
All right. Well, very cool. So from the experience of writing for the Kaki Hero Club world?
It's fun. And I really liked, I think my favorite part was putting those little Easter eggs for Vi and Penelope superfans.
Yeah.
Just little tidbits, you know what I mean? That if they've read Mr. Moneybags recently, they'll be like, oh my gosh, that's blah, 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 blah. That was, I think, my favorite part for sure.
Yep. Are you looking forward to doing any other shared worlds?
Yeah. So I'm doing the K.B Worlds.
Okay.
And it actually releases August 13th.
Oh, wow. That's coming up.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm really excited about that book too. I'm going to be in the first wave of the K.B one. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a little nervous about it. I'm really excited about the book though.
Yeah.
But I think it's been really fun to kind of be able to talk to some more experienced authors and get their insight on things and stuff like that is just gold, right? For us baby authors. I'm like, yes, give me more. I want to know all about it.
Awesome. Well, cool. I'll look forward to that one too. So if you had to recommend one of your books to a reader, which one would you recommend?
Oh, that's rough. Do you have a hard time with that question? I do, because I'm always like, I don't know. It depends on what they like.
Exactly. It always depends on what they normally read.
Yeah. I think that was one of my favorite things that I did at a signing was like put a list of my books and the tropes.
That's a really good idea.
Oh my gosh. I had so many readers that were like, this paper is the best thing ever, because if you like A Secret Baby, or if you like Enemies to Lovers, that kind of thing. I'm like, this will point you in the right direction.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. You learn so much from book to book, right? And so like, I'm really excited about Crush right now, because that is my newest work. That is like the freshest. I don't know. So I think it's always like my newest book is the one that I'm so excited about because it's also the freshest characters that you're remembering.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so you said Crush? Is that the K. Romberg one?
yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, it's called Crush.
All right.
But yeah, I would say probably Crush.
Excellent.
I don't know.
Great speaking with you.
Yeah.
If readers or YouTubers are watching this and want to find you and your books, where should they go?
Author KelsieRae.com, probably. I try to keep my website up to date.
Okay, yeah, I loved it. When I was looking through it, I like the way you lay out the books and all of that in the series. And then you also have a Facebook group, I know, a reader group.
Yeah, Kelsie Rae Readers, because once again, I'm super creative. There's that naming game.
Awesome. All right. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you face to face. That was nice. And I don't know, I don't know if we were scheduled to be in any upcoming book events next year, but hopefully we'll get to meet in person one day.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
And that's it, folks. Thanks again for joining in on another Sierra Talks Books with Authors. And thank you to author Kelsie Rae for joining me and talking all about life in quarantine and all her new releases. And speaking of, please make sure to check out her Hired Hottie book, which is part of the Cocky Hero Club world that is already out now, and her upcoming release, Crush, that's in the K. Bromberg world. And we'll put the links below for you to check them out. And also to subscribe below, and you are going to be in for a treat for upcoming interviews that I have scheduled in the coming months. And until then, remember, be sweet, love hard, and read dirty. Take care.